everybody, my name is Farmer Phil, and in today's video we're back at the 1200. Possibly the most disliked tractor on YouTube. Maybe it's the owners, I don't really know. But yeah, I read all the comments. I did debate about putting up that video because I know we have a lot of scrap. One 1200, two 1200, a 20, a Nutfield 1060 rough terrain conversion. Yes, there's a lot of stuff around the place. However, we're going to stick at it because I want to get this going. Because I told myself, if we're doing this and it's doing this, one of these has to run, and this is going to roll the place silage. I don't give a shit. It's going to get done. I may not be mechanically, and these hands might be good for gall, but there's YouTube videos on how to do shit, and it's pretty fucked anyway, so I can't make it much worse. That's the theory. So anyways, what are we going to do? Well, we are going to bring her into the workshop now. I have space cleared, telly's out, going to get Bro to give me a hand to steer it in because we should be able to steer it. And then we are going to whip off the top bonnet. We're going to take out the injectors. We have a scope and we are going to see what the cylinders look like. We'll scope it from down below and we will see what the internals under the sump are looking like. And we will see and assess what we will do then. Whether we need to take the head off, whether we think we'll have to do a lot, do a little. We'll probably take off the starter and we'll see, can we give her a wee nudge on the ring gear with a bar and see how that goes. So yeah, fingers crossed. We have a bit. Fun fact, this one is not seized because Father Phil put the bar into the ring gear on the thing and we was able to turn the engine. So that probably means that if this engine is free, that exhaust was broke before it was parked, so that no water got into the engine. But because of the lack of door and windows on this cab, the gears seem quite stiff and stuck. So there's probably water in the gearbox that got in through around the balls there. So yeah, but that's why we're going to stick with the other one and get him running. He can do whatever he wants to do with this one whenever he wants to do it, but it's not going to happen anytime soon. And we don't know about the engine that should have been in this one, because part of the deal, because this was a special deal, every 3 months or so we do get a message, a phone call, someone saying, oh, I have this, I know someone who's selling this, or this, that and other. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't, like the Nutfield Perkins P4, which you would have seen in the short on the YouTube channel. That was one like that. Or the Nutfield with the 600 BMC engine was another one like that. A lot of the time we can't or we don't. There's one I really missed that I didn't get to do it, but look, that's how it rolls. But these came up, we got a phone call, and it was a package deal, all the 1200 bits in the yard. And all the 1200 bits in the yard, just imagine a man's yard with a lot of stuff in it, a lot of stuff in it. And it was a deal for all the 1200 bits. And the man had 4 1200s at one point. One was broken down with the cab on a lorry. So there's possibly a chassis, there'll be the engine, there'll be the back end, there's back end bits, drop boxes, lift covers, window. There is a lot of stuff. There'll be probably another low loader full to come back at some stage as they kind of clean their way through the yard. There's more stuff coming. And because people love to want to know the financials, and why do we buy these and not, upgrade the 6480 or buy ourselves another tractor or blah de blah de blah. Well, just to kind of put an idea in your head of what it cost us. The tires on the 99, which is over there, what we paid for all the 1200 stuff, wouldn't put tires on that tractor. So Eric was because he seen me with my gloves on, was telling me I'm not a mechanic, and I just reminded him.
I was laughing at you.
I'm just reminded him that I'm as qualified a mechanic as my father is, because he has no paperwork and I have no paperwork.
But you don't got the experience.
Look okay?
Everyone's still spinning. That's supposed to.
Right, get the change.
Huh?
The change. door there, get to the chain.
Chain, what are you chain for?
Well, if I push you and it decides to keep rolling, I don't want rolling into the ends in the shed. What are you doing? Go drive a 1200.
Hey!
Did you ever drive the yellow one?
No, never allowed.
Oh, so first time driving one.
Can't run though.
Well,
It's not propelled by itself.
it's not really driving, it's more steering, but it's all the same. It's all the same in one.
You said that till you can't drive and then we're doing something else.
Right, well that's why the chain's on the front, so that it shall not roll into the back of the shed and run into stuff.
Or do we stand
In theory. And it is in the shed. And yes, any eagle-eyed viewers who may have seen this wheel has a bit of a rim is bent. That's why the dual wheels weren't on, and we didn't realise it till we were loading it. But anyways,
At least
not a big problem.
least
I'll just rob the wheels off the other one. But we're in the shed. And from looking at the bonnet, it doesn't actually seem like there's any bolts holding it on. It seems to be the sheer weight of itself. So I got to figure out a way of getting a chain on that and lifting it without it wobbling everywhere. You might just stay on a minute. If there's no bolts up, we might have it off very easily. And for those of you that are wondering, what's the story of the 1385? What is happening in University? Well, if you ask Father Phil what's happening with it, he needs a day. What does he need?
a day.
A day. To put the giblets back into it. He has it fixed. He has some of it in it. But he just got to a point where he said, I need a day. That day hasn't come yet. When will that day come? November, December. But saying that, he could decide next week, I'm going to put that back together and do it. Or it could sit here for a few years. That's Father Phil. Do I say any more?
No.
No. And I come up with this. People ask, why? Why buy more of these when you have so many of these? These are like crack to an addict. Isn't it?
I don't disagree.
As the last video, which I titled Hoarding is an Awful Disease.
Which it is.
Yes. This is like crack to a cocaine addict. Probably more expensive, but that's more or less why. So yeah, it's an addiction. Right, bro? Let's get this bonnet off. Shove test. You just go that side.
I don't have a lot of room to work here.
Doesn't matter. Just try and get a hold on it somewhere and just give it a lift. See who's actually
Heavy.
lift the front. See is it actually? Oh, it's there. It's caught. It wants to get shoved back.
You want to shove it back, yeah.
Oh, don't damage my good rubber. Don't damage me, good rubber man.
Says the one who just did exactly what I was about to do.
I know.
And actually, I was doing it a different way.
So where is this?
No, I think it's just caught on your cap here to the edge. Like, the whole thing moves. There, show me that.
Hang on.
Yeah, no,
There we go.
Yeah, you're fine. Oh, the whole bonnet just pop right off.
Yeah, there is nothing holding that on. It is just
There.
there.
Alright, this is
And that is the bonnet off. But, as you may see from here, I see a wee problem that you couldn't see with the fucking bonnet on. These here are injectors. Not supposed to be like that. They're all out. And somehow, I don't think Father Phil was at it. That he took the injectors out without me knowing about it. So that is probably where my water got in. because that would most certainly, and it also means that it could possibly be stuck on every piston. Daft. Probably should be D-A-F-T. Daft for anyone to have bothered. Anyways, we're here now, and that's what matters. Bosch, Germany. So I might get the injectors redone with the cousin. It shouldn't be too expensive or too big a deal. Here's my oil cap for my water, because that's all that was in it. Yeah, so all my injectors are out. So why were the injectors out? I was told this was put away running. So does that bode well? No, it does not. And it's probably where the water got in. Possibly. The reason I put it into the shed is because I was going to take the injectors out, and I didn't want water getting into it through the injectors when I had them out. If it had been coming in through the exhaust, in through the manifold and into a cylinder, there would have been a possibility that only one cylinder would be seized, because you don't, or maybe two. Trying to remember what I learned in metalwork in school on how engines worked, and because the thing is, you have under these two covers here, your camshaft, rocker cover, the rocker covers, you have your rocker shafts that works, the valves for your inlet and your outlet, which is your exhaust. If you have, some of them would be on an open stroke on the engine as it sits there now, and they would have been the ones that lay in the water, whereas the other ones should have kept water out. But we will assess. I preferably don't want to have to put an engine in it, because I had a wee look at a DAF 25 engine, and there wasn't seeming to be too many there, and the one that I did see, the price that was on it was hefty. It's more than what was paid for the tractor when you divvied up between everything. So, yes. Anyways, let's go get a scope, and let's see what we can see with an untrained eye. And here we have our endoscope. Let's get this show on the road, and I will try and show you as I show, maybe, I don't know. Anyways, right, we'll go, I don't know, do you piston one nearest or piston one furthest? We'll start with this one, call it piston one. Anyone who knows what they're doing can tell me in the comments. So the injector goes straight in. I actually may watch myself what's happening. Right, that looks like water. That is water. There's water sitting on piston one. You can see it there wobbling. You can see it rocking. Right, piston number 2. Will we say water or no water? Let me know in the comments down below. Will every piston be filled with water? Or every cylinder? Cylinder, piston. Piston is the bit in the cylinder, so every cylinder. So cylinder number 2. There we go. And we have no water lying in there, if you can see. Rocket, no water. I see some rust. And I think I see cobwebs. Nice. Our cylinder number 3. Water or no water? This one seems to have the least amount of rust there. Oh, I see a shine. Shine can only mean one thing. Water. That one, it looks like it's absolutely chock-a-block of water. You can see that reflective shine there. Piston number, or cylinder number 4? Well, there's water meeting me up here. So she is well full. She is clogged with water. Piston number 5. Right, we have no water at the very top. And that cylinder doesn't look like it has any water. But looks very, very rusty. Very rusty. And we move on to pretty last. Cylinder number 6, which is a bit of a tight reach from here. And we have water. Yep, we have water. You can see the shine of it there. So now, while I have this, I'm going to stick it up its bum and see what's in the sump. So we are looking at here water in cylinder number 1, not in number 2, number 3. Was it number 3? Yeah, it was in number 3, wasn't it? Number 4, it's up past where the injector sits. Number 5 is clean. So, water, no water. Water, water, no water, water. So we only have 2 cylinders with no water sitting in them. I wonder how many tons this is and what the price of scrap is. Maybe I get my money back that way. So let's go. I see a mesh. So I'm probably not going to see a lot. Let's find out. I don't know where to put the camera. You're going to be upside down. Yeah, Liv's going to have fun. This is either upside down on your screen, or Liv has figured out a way of turning it upside down because the camera doesn't rotate. In we go. Other than a mesh. So the mesh in the bottom of the sump, and it is caked. Right, that's my endoscoping done. I do not need to see any more depressing shit. There's no point trying to take off the starter and give her a pry in the bar because she has to be stuck solid with all of that. So now, what do we do? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you're going to comment, scrap it, comment away. But please, change engine, don't change engine. Strip engine, don't strip engine. Just fill it with diesel, take off the sump. That stuff is helpful. Scrapping it isn't going to happen. You can tell them, but it's not going to happen. So yeah, I've hidden the scope because I want to break the news to Father Phil. I want to get him on camera. I want to get the shot. We missed the money shot of all the water coming out the sump in the last video, so we're trying not miss spoiling the surprise on Father Phil and catch it, his reaction live on camera to the tractor having 4 of the 6 cylinders with water lying on them. So what am I going to do now? I'm going to get a can of WD-40 and I'm going to spray up the bolts here that are for the sump because it'll have to be taken off to be cleaned if we are going to go ahead, and also for the rocker covers and for the head. Might get some of it apart tomorrow before the video goes up. Maybe, maybe not. So let's go wild with the WD. Spray! Spray! Ah! Spray the engine! Spray! Spray it all! Wonder how. And as you can probably tell by this, yesterday did not end very well. And we've seen Father Phil had a look at the engine there, so I didn't get the reaction I was after. But yes, the 1200 has officially defeated me. I have fractured my ankle and I'm in a boot and I have to go to a fracture clinic next week. And the doctor in A&E gave me a card to say the week off. I don't know how well that works on a farm, you know, a week off. Yeah, so yeah, fun. I was literally just finishing up spraying the Bay WD-40. I was on top just spraying everything I thought I might have to open, and I was getting down off the tire and just jumped off the tire. I landed wrong and I just heard snap, bang, crack, whatever you want to call it. And then my ankle started to swell up like a balloon, so we had to go to A&E. And to be fair, 54 minutes from when I went in on crutches that Father Phil had from when he done his foot years and years and years ago till I was out with the Buhan super service. I was super quick. But yes, I'm just getting ready to edit this video up. But yes, the 1200 won me 0. It has defeated me for now. So yeah, Father Phil had a look. He says we'll suck out the water, we'll fill everything with diesel, and we'll get it unstuck and see, should be fine. But anyways, look, let me know in the comments below what you think. Yeah, wasn't how I was expecting the day to end, and 'tis very sore. So yeah. Anyways, look up. I don't know, there mightn't be a video this week because I'm kind of housebound for a while. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. But anyways, look, hope you enjoyed today's video. If any questions, any comments like that, leave them in the description or thingy down below. I'll try and get back to them. Anyways, that's it for me. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Videos every Wednesday and Sunday. Good luck.